technology in their classroom, as I'm very familiar with doing so. My overall goal for my classroom is to create a fun and engaging atmosphere where my students want to learn. To do this, I need to make sure that the lessons and tools I use create that kind of environment for my students and fit the standard I created for myself as a teacher. That is where I feel technology comes into play in my classroom. The technology integration that will be done in my classroom will be based off of the 3E framework, which is used to make sure that technology hits three main topics: to increase engagement, to enhance the students' learning, and to extend the learning. When using technology in my classroom, I want to make sure that the technology I am implementing is hitting all three of those elements to give my students the best lesson that I can. A lesson that I have developed that works well with the 3E framework is a lesson on erosion. I have taught this lesson before, and it went great. All of the students were actively engaged in the content and demonstrated their learning through their own creativity. To start off this lesson, the students interacted with a site that allows them to change the different aspects of weather that affects erosion. The students enjoyed getting to somewhat control the weather in a way and see the different changes that it made to the landscape. The students then got to create a model of a mountain and place a glacier on top. Using an iPad, students recorded the erosion that was happening through a time-lapse app. By using the app, the students were able to go and do something else, as we left the models to do their thing while we continued on with the rest of our day. The students then watched back their time-lapse video and recorded their data to see how their model caused different erosion effects, such as zigzagging valleys or rivers at the base of their mountain. Using their unique data, the students then used a website called PictoChart, where they are able to create a chart that displays their data. The students were engaged with the lesson because the time-lapse video allowed them to see their model come to life without having to literally sit and watch ice melt. The online simulation helped enhance the students' learning, as they were able to use different variables to see the different changes, instead of just having one example. With the use of the time-lapse app and PictoChart, the students were able to extend their learning by learning how to use these new technologies and incorporate them in their life outside of school. To be able to fully engage, enhance, and extend my students' learning, there are only a few things I would need in my classroom. iPads and tablets with cameras would be very beneficial. The students would be able to take digital notes of their data and observations using apps and pictures. Internet access is also vital to quality technology use in the classroom. With internet access, I will be able to have important notes or other resources with my students and be able to share it with them. There are so many amazing online resources such as simulations and websites that allow for enhancement, engagement, and extension of the learning goals. All three of these elements come to life to create a fun and engaging technology-infused classroom. It's great to hear that your school is so diverse in both student background and ability. I've worked with many students from different backgrounds and ability levels throughout my experiences in the classroom. What I have noticed with my experiences is that these types of students, such as ESOL students, can benefit greatly from individualized and customized curriculum using technology. Teachers are able to use technology as a stepping stone with ESOL students, using it to better communicate with one another and differentiate lessons to better suit their needs and abilities. Students using technology can have access to things such as online pictorial dictionaries, video explanations, and translation applications to help them when being introduced to new concepts. Pictures and video integrated into the lesson can help students by providing them with necessary context clues that they might not recognize otherwise. Teachers of students that may need additional time to do things such as take notes can use technologies such as digital notebooks or smartboards to be able to share notes with their students. That way, the teacher can save the notes and send them out instead of erasing them, allowing the students to have a digital copy of their own to review. This eliminates the stress that some students may feel when trying to copy notes from the board before they are erased. By using the technologies, teachers are able to teach both their mainstream students and their students who need extra support with quality content without any student falling behind and giving all students the tools they need to be successful in their learning. That conference sounds very informative, and it's great to see other teachers going out and learning about new concepts that they can bring into their classroom. I have also heard the term students as producers throughout my time in technology classes while in college. That term means that students are the ones actively using the technologies in the classroom to create, communicate, or collaborate. For a while, some teachers were including technology into their classrooms through the use of things like smartboards and special programs. which is not all that engaging for the students. But by having the students use the technologies hands-on and to produce something, it makes the technology integration more meaningful to the students. There are multiple frameworks for incorporating technology into the classroom, and all three of them point to having students as producers to be the most effective way of doing so. I have seen students use technology such as iMovie to make book trailers or special robots to produce different codes to make the robots do fun things. Personally, I do think that schools should start to incorporate having the students using technology in the classroom and producing their own work. Students want to be able to use their creativity in their learning, and by having the whole school incorporate it, all the students will be able to participate in the fun and active learning that comes along with it. Also, by incorporating technology into the classroom, even in kindergarten, the students will be able to build up their technology knowledge throughout their time in school, having technology be a regular tool that they can use to create, communicate, and collaborate. I love the sound of incorporating global education into the entire district. Working collaboratively is one of my main goals as a teacher, so it's exciting to hear that district is wanting to incorporate that throughout all schools. To me, global education is a way for students in one place to be able to work collaboratively and learn from students that could be down the street or on the opposite side of the world. What global education through technology could also mean is that the teacher is able to use the technology on hand to her or his own abilities to transport their students to another place. This can be done through the use of applications such as Google Maps as a form of a virtual field trip. I have seen virtual field trips be done with students of all different ages, and they are always so fascinated to see what is around every corner, just as they would be if on an actual field trip. When it comes to the benefits of global education, there are so many. Simply exposing students to new places and cultures through the use of virtual field trips is a huge benefit to some students, especially the lower socioeconomic students who might not ever be able to experience those places in the flesh. It is also very beneficial for students to learn from their peers that are from different cultures. I once read about a group of students in one part of Michigan communicating with students in a school in Flint, Michigan to learn about the water crisis from a first-hand account. Those students most likely learned so much more, and it probably touched them more because it was coming from students of their own age. I think that global education is a really neat concept, and if hired into this district, I would be very eager to try it out within my own classroom.